is that Mata in solo queue, his Smurf, is named after his good friend Lehens. It's named after, it's just Lehens with a Z, and he's been playing support Elise.
And he's roaming around
Lehens
here.
is actually
Lehens,
all alone with no flash.
Yeah, gets that very deep ward in there. Does have the repel available. Will get behind Pawn, but puts himself very close to that knock-up from the Zac. And he's likely just going to get taken down here. Tucson comes in, wants an assist. Deft wishes he had got one, but he actually did, as he nailed the W on the way through. And that is going to be, once again, a very easy pick-off to start this game.
And good news, the world is saved. Sport Elise delayed from solo queue. It went down, therefore, no one will try.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a terrible, terrible pick.
Well, he went in and there was a really smart trinket ward over the ramp there that confirmed, and it was an easy communication of, hey, he's pushing in for deep. That's what you notice here is, yes, you get a nice bit of damage onto Tarzan, but you still heavily lose the 2v2. It's level 5 Zac, so yeah, still have to move away from that. Pawn might be caught here.
Yeah, Chovy diving forward. The flash has to be used here from Pawn, but E was held onto for so long. There's the audacious charges. Pawn very, very low, trying to get more done here, but gets their heads bogged together. Doesn't matter as Cuz still has
really
to flash.
tricky lanes. Kai'Sa Gragas doesn't qualify as a super tricky lane. You could have gone tier here. He doesn't, as Viper does get caught. Not enough to take him down.
Dodges everything as well at the end there. Nice knock-up from the decimating smash. But
that
that is going to be, once again, the Rift Herald going down in favor of Tarzan.
Ezreal was trading up with the early Sheen. Mid lane's going just fine. Chovy farming it out. Pawn trying to chase.
Yeah, Tarzan able to audaciously charge over the wall on top of him there as well. Has to go into his stopwatch, but is this a see or death moment? That's the question. The answer is a definitive yes, as that teleport has to be followed, but that's one too many turret shots. The
Flash Drake might be the price, but it's all in vision. Speaking of in vision, Tarzan knows he can super aggressively channel down this Rift Herald. The reason why they're happy to make this trade, they know that the Jace not getting free time.
Close.
No steal happens here, but as this is all happening, solo killed, and he's gone Klepto, so it's a pretty bank-heavy build on the side of the Jace.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like Smeb was really our biggest Blade of the Ruined King Jace player, as Deft gets engaged on here by Tarzan. That amount of damage is just despicable.
Oh, Cuz
dives forward. Yeah, he was looking for it, but unfortunately, without your AD carry, is just going to go down as Tarzan continuing the pressure. Turret falls. This guy, feels like you give him any chance.
Confirmed. Hey, you got to take your victories where you can get them if you support Elise.
That is true.
You really shouldn't be losing your turret here as Jace versus Sion, but whoopsie. Perhaps on the build.
Maybe. Maybe.
That's just my opinion. I'm not a Jace main, but I've seen the matchup enough to know you probably shouldn't be losing your turret solo. Yeah.
That being said, things going wrong elsewhere on the map as well, as Cuz, once again, looking for an engagement, but choosing your target as an Ezreal probably not a great idea, as there's the flash from Tarzan trying to turn it around. Gets knocked back. It's Rascal that's able to help out there, as Cuz should go down to the passive. The Q from Viper is enough for that. As Deft looking for a way into this fight. The Q able to do some damage, but it's sword tanking the majority of it. Good knock up off to the side. Chovy 1v1 against Pawn, but low health bars here for Griffin. They're still pushing forward. Deft has the ultimate, and now the re-engage from Kingzone. Lehens so incredibly low.
Deft can maybe clean this up.
As now we've got Sword channeling the Q, but that means the Deft free hitting onto him. It's going to be the Mystic shots there, and Viper way too low to get himself back forward. Zombie Sion is just a beast trying to take down Deft as the teleport.
This is going to be a huge win for Kingzone. We see Deft free hitting at the tail end of all of this, and yet Deft can turn around after this. Made the play really good, but
I mean, something had to happen because that last replay that we had before, the one we just saw, was so incredibly long with so many important things happening. Probably needing to break that one down after the game to really understand everything that happened, because it was a 7,000 gold lead after that with what felt like a very also not going to find it, because gets the flash out. Chovy will get his head bonked into the turret as Deft lands it this time, wants to find the Q, doesn't get it. Sidestep from Deft keeps him out of the way, but now Pawn once again in a horrible spot, and Chovy gets into the shroud and baits beautifully. Both of them go down. The best friends dead at exactly the same time.
Awkwardly spotted by the vision plan.
Yep. Chovy gonna jump over that wall, and Rascal tanking the turret because he has to. Is in a whole host of trouble. Acceleration gate might get him a little bit further towards safety, but Lehens needs to land the cocoon, picks the juke, and that should be Chovy grabbing the kill. He will do it.
The tail end here, only right at the end do we see it come in. He has the W, he held this for a long time, not shown in the Spectre overlay. This time, Pawn does hit the ultimate. The Fear Beyond Death does. The Raptors might be enough to give them quite a lot of ability to put doubt into Griffin's mind before they start a Baron.
Well, Sword does have teleport available right now, actually. Rascal picks up that red buff. No steal to go over to Griffin here, but Pawn underneath this mid lane turret. I have a feeling he's dead. Another Cocoon's going to land. A very easy pick off under the turret in the mid lane. Feels like all the time Griffin find anyone who is even slightly out of position.
Where is the safe position against Griffin Atlas? I think it's perhaps here from the casting desk where you don't have to hedge your bets at all.
What, right at the back of the fountain? Is that not okay?
You know, I don't know if you're safe there, Atlas.
That's real scary stuff. As I'm beginning to believe you, as Tucson just going to get solid out on the back end. Tarzan picks that one up very, very easily once again. Positional mistake, and Griffin are going to punish. It is 12,000 gold, the lead. Lunch money by CV Max on the stage right now in front of everyone.
Very deep teleport being attempted here to try to squish a bug one more time.
Yeah, he's going to be able to transfer to the Baron really nicely. Has the Cocoon as deft. He's going to be able to avoid it. Lehen's willed. Oh my god! The redemption keeps him alive for that little while longer. But Deft has the auto attack and finishes it off.
Man, thinking into the future, Tarzan, you have Lehen's the comic relief. Yeah, Chovy's making the flashy moves. He's the guy who's always on the dance floor.
We need someone to make their intro video. We need someone to make their intro
Sword
video
is
of
the
the
everyman
Griffin sitcom.
Who can do whatever he needs to do.
But he's often the butt of the jokes.
And Viper's the one who just thinks. Season 2, apparently the feedback was a bit more comedy.
Well, Lehen's is the one that's jumped on that train and is now going to get caught once again, but Cuz puts his face into that Cocoon, and that is not what you want. The rest of his friends do turn up. Kingzone have to back away. Chovy once again in his Shroud 1 is started. Deft just explodes! Chovy found him, and Chovy dealt with him as well. Lehen's gets in here, but he's not the one to talk about because all the damage is elsewhere. Cuz probably didn't want to actually kidnap anyone into the backline. His Sword just delivered free entry. The Urgot dies as an afterthought. And Rascal says, I don't want to go anywhere near you guys. I'm happy to sacrifice the base. I might take a turret on the map.
While the lighter moments are ones we might laugh about, the damage there to Kingzone was insane. Deft was playing League of Legends, then disconnected half a second later. Found his death was an afterthought. They take down the Baron. 5,000 damage. Akali, thank you very much. Hey, another champion.
All of these Griffin players, it just must be so scary being this team, because what do you do against this squad? 15,000 gold, the lead. It's 30 minutes into the game. I mean, they've lasted longer, I guess, is what you could write down in the VOD review as the pros column, but otherwise, there really isn't much of a pros column here for Kingzone. Team, we were wondering whether they were even going to be able to mesh together. What was this team going to be? Well, against Griffin, they've been found wanting, but I think that most teams will be in that same category, as we've got another engage coming in from Tarzan. Gets the knockback as the kidnap's used just to get Cuz out of dodge. The damage still going to be there, and the inhibitor going to go down. Tarzan sacrifices half of his health bar for that Cocoon. Landing onto Pawn, and he gets destroyed by Lehen's. Has that Q damage just to get rid of the Urgot. And Chovy, what is that? Dives onto Deft, somehow got tagged, and that's the True Shot barrage, finishing it off. I don't know how that happened, but damn, Deft was, now you're here, now you're not, and the Nexus is going to go down because now no one has any damage to speak of. Griffin showing up here on the LCK stage for 2019. They were beasts in the Casper Cup, and they're continuing it on the LCK stage.
Welcome back to the LCK. Griffin, you have not missed a trick. 10 matches now is the streak since the start of Casper Cup on the 2019 patch. And how long can that streak extend, both in the LCK and also over the course of 2019? Griffin don't need to